It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From FedEx Forum, just off Beale Street in downtown Memphis. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. Won by the Toronto Raptors. And score. Strong take.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Jackson. To Valanciunas. Jumper's good.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Lowry guarded by Josh Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. And that's rebounded by the Grizzlies. To Wright. And the finish. Slam dunk.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. They trail by 2. Down to Zaza. It's a big finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Jaren Jackson. Right. Jonas Valanciunas. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Toronto has the basketball. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Shot clock winding down. Lowry, his first effort, off the mark. To Wright. Five on the shot clock for Memphis. Knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lowry into the front court. Down 4. To VanVleet. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
To Jaren Jackson. Right. Add 2 points to the board.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas, or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Down to Zaza. Not that time. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down. Off the step back.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Fred VanVleet. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Here comes the screen. Right to Valanciunas.
NBA Season 8 2021 games and highlights coming
Lowry
up
with
next.
it. 12-6 our score.
Hey, screen.
Good. Off a spin.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size. But in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
To Jackson. Curling inside. The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Game 2-2 Minnesota
Toronto with
Timberwolves
the basketball.
1-0-8 San Antonio Spurs 1-1-1
Fred
final.
VanVleet. Sizing up the defense. Pascal Siakam to VanVleet. Screen coming. Down to Zaza. From the painted area. Won't go down. To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson to Jaren Jackson. Here comes the screen. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
Game
They
2-2
have set
Phoenix
the
Suns
tone in this one.
1-0-1
I love
New
when I see
Orleans
offenses
Pelicans
come out in
1-2-3
beast
final.
mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Picked up by Memphis. To Jaren Jackson. Knocked loose. Raptors come away with it. Lowry. No good and no foul. To Valanciunas.
Game
Jackson
2-2
shot, no
Philadelphia
good.
76ers
Lowry into the
1-1-8
front court.
Brooklyn Nets
Margins
1-1-5
8.
final.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Oh, he had it.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
And the finish at the rim.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Lowry to VanVleet. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
I got him. That's me. I got ball.
To Jaren Jackson.
Game
Josh
2-2
Jackson.
Boston Celtics 9-4 Sacramento Kings 8-1
With a
final.
drop step. Finger roll. Finishing with finesse.
Old school equals high percentage.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. Probing the defense. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 of 4 now.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Jaren Jackson. Zaza Pachulia able to recover with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
OG Anunoby guarded by Josh Jackson. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. From the
Game
outside,
2-2 New
no
York
good.
Knicks 9-6 Detroit Pistons 9-4 final.
Screen coming. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Substitutions.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. 3 for 6 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Can't miss those. Powell to Lowry. Got it.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Kyle Anderson. Grizzlies with 4 to shoot. That's no good. McCaw into the front court. Now down 6. To Hollis Jefferson. Slam dunk for Hollis Jefferson.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
To Jaren Jackson. Anderson. That pass taken away by Toronto. Powell to McCaw. Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry to McCaw. Lowry. And the rebound taken in by Memphis. Down to 5 on the 24. Has a chance? Not today.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Curling inside. Lowry to Hollis Jefferson. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Jaren Jackson. Anderson. Patrick McCaw sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Lowry to Powell. Oh, I missed a short one there.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
First one, count it. And gets both to drop at the line. That ends the first quarter. The Grizzlies have the lead. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
Trying to cash in and strokes it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Dylan Brooks. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To McCaw. Powell. Down to Zaza. And finishes strong.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Here comes the screen. Powell. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Cashes in for two.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. McCaw to Hollis Jefferson. Takes stock of the floor. Shot won't go. To Kyle Anderson. Dylan Brooks. Here's a chance from long range. They dared him, and he burns them.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
McCaw into the front court. They trail by 7. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Here comes the screen. To Kyle Anderson. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Dylan Brooks at the line for 2 shots. A career 74% free throw shooter. First one goes down. And he makes them both. Toronto has the basketball.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
To Kyle Anderson. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
McCaw into the front court. His team down 9. Pascal Siakam to Powell. Jumper's good.
Not a Ferrari, definitely not a Lambo, but hey, get you from point A to point B.
Short jumper won't go down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
To Kyle Anderson. Has a look. No good. McCaw into the front court. Right now, down 7. The screen sets him up for 2.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Valanciunas giving you that size, giving you that length, a guy that can extend the defense. But you kind of forget that he was the 5th pick taken overall in 2011.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Screen coming. Lays it up and in.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
McCaw into the front court. 9-point margin. Pascal Siakam to Hollis Jefferson. Lets it fly from long range. Bronte Hollis Jefferson. Wiry guy. He can hit shots like those.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Right. And scores on the step back.
That boy's living his best life.
To Lowry. For 3. Off the mark. No good. Right with it. It's an 8-point lead. 4-3. Not getting the bounce.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Pascal Siakam trying to cash in on a 3-point play. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Oh, he can't connect. To right. Curling inside. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Goes reverse to lay it in.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
It's Grizzlies ball. To Valanciunas. Nothing going here on that drive. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Right. Beyond the arc for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Shot from in close, no good. To right. You've got to get that one to go. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. He'll run the offense. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Here comes the screen. Lowry guarded by Josh Jackson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
And ISO basketball is becoming a thing of the past. Team basketball is back. And if you have that personnel with the versatility plus the mindset, game over.
Offensive board. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Pascal Siakam to VanVleet. Short jumper won't fall. Memphis, they've got it. To right. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
I could see the beads of sweat forming when he had to put the ball on the ground there. You still got it, though.
Foul in a matchup with Jackson. Lowry down to Zaza. Oh, nice find for the basket.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Backcourt violation is called. New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Grizzlies, number 45, Tyler Zeller.
To Jackson. Right. Layup goes down. Well done.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Fred VanVleet. To Lowry.
Screen.
1 minute remaining in the second.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. From the painted area, won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Here comes the screen. To Jaren Jackson. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Has a chance. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. Bizarre shot right there. Shot's no good. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Rises for the slam. Deep three at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Grizzlies have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Raptors would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. They've got the break to figure some things out. And trust me, they've got a few things to figure out. Still, it's not like they're totally out of this game. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Bench points.
The Toronto Raptors had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson. Taken by the Raptors. Oh, good defense by Memphis as they come up with the steal. Pascal Siakam. To Lowry. Trying to cash in. Not that time.
Got ball. Got ball.
To Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaren Jackson. Won't go.
When I hear these excuses after games, when coaches are at podium saying, it's hard for us to find our energy back, we couldn't find our aggression back, I wonder whose fault that is, Coach.
McCall to Lowry. Has a look. Lowry with a shot that's no good. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Here comes the screen. Josh Jackson.
Keep him here. Keep him here.
To Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson with the dunk.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
The assist from number 12.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To McCaw. Pascal Siakam. Down to Zaza. Big finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
And counted at the rim.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
McCall to Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Wide open look, won't go. Zaza knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
Josh Jackson. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Has a chance. Defender was right there. He has to know better. McCall into the front court. Trailing by 15. Offensive board. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Oh, had him going there for a second.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Shifting gears. Here comes some substitutions. Shot from the lane won't go. Terrific vision. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
To Jaren Jackson. Right. And he hits.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Lowry. Deep left corner. To Van Vliet. Trying to cash in. Gets a shot up off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Josh Jackson to right. Has a look. The rebound comes down to Toronto. Runner's good there.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson. To Jaren Jackson. The drive right to the basket. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Fred Van Vliet to Lowry. Here comes the screen. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Fires the 3. Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Here comes the screen. Short jumper won't go down.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Valanciunas to right. Second effort. That's rebounded by Toronto. Lowry has the basketball. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Jaren Jackson. Josh Jackson. To Valanciunas. Jonas Valanciunas 4 out of 7.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
So Lowry driving right to the basket. A lot of contact, no whistle.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like his mere presence in the paint was enough to make the offensive player miss the shot before he even got off the ground.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Shot by Anunoby, no good.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
And he's fouled. A couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
Goes 2 for 2. Lowry with it. His guys down big. Short jumper off the mark. To Jaren Jackson. He throws it down.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Lowry. Down to Zaza. Finish that. Here comes the screen. To Valanciunas. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Into the game for Toronto,
Lowry to Powell. No good. Defense catching a break there.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
And draws the foul.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Kyle Lowry has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 80% at the line. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Memphis with the rock. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
was right there.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Here comes the screen.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Hey, double screen.
Shot clock winding down. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. To Van Vliet. Reset here. Let's see what they do. Off the mark.
Here we go, my ball, my ball.
Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Fred Van Vliet to Powell. Here comes the screen. Powell to Van Vliet. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
Ball, 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 ball.
From long range. Oh, he hits the 3.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Grizzlies own the basketball. To Kyle Anderson. Fires the 3. Well defended. The drive right to the basket. From the painted area, won't go down. Going to launch beyond the arc. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way. And a nice advantage for the Grizzlies. Raptors ball as we get going here in the fourth. And they've really had very little go right for them on either end of the floor.
Remember that old line, your attitude determines your altitude? Well, when you see dejected faces on the sideline, that poor body language gave you an impression that they had no chance to win this game.
To Powell. And he scores on the step back.
Oh, my goodness. Someone please patch me into the arena intercom. Clean up on aisle 3.
What's that screen?
Screen coming. To Kyle Anderson. He's looking for that touch.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
To Kyle Anderson. Here comes the screen. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. To Powell. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
Rebound.
McCaw into the front court. Down a bundle to Powell. Not done yet. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
To Dylan Brooks. Nothing going here on that drive. Dylan Brooks. Nice pass to set things up.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Driving right to the basket. McCall to Hollis Jefferson. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
To Dylan Brooks. To Kyle Anderson. Here's a chance from long range. Kyle Anderson is going to get a chance at 3 here. For his career, 73%. Nope. First one does not go.
One time. Here we go.
Second one's no good. One more coming.
For the Memphis Grizzlies, number 50, Josh Jackson. Stepping in for the Toronto Raptors.
Missed the third one. 0 for 3 on this trip. Knocks it down off the step back.
Ooh, is there a medic in the house? You need to get those ankles retaped ASAP.
Grizzlies at the controls right now. Dylan Brooks up against Patrick McCall. To Jackson. Lets it fly from long range. Knocks it down.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Fred VanVleet to Powell. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper won't fall.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Josh Jackson. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Fred VanVleet to Powell. Fine to shoot for Toronto. For 3. Not that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Kyle Anderson. Can't connect from in close. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. McCall to VanVleet. Down to Zaza. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Grizzlies. It'll stay Raptors basketball. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Subbing in for Toronto, number 43, Pascal Siakam.
Fred VanVleet. Gets a look. Can't hit. Here comes the screen. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Toronto with the basketball. Fred VanVleet to Lowry. Surveys the floor. Lowry and knocks it down.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that three despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Here comes the screen. To Kyle Anderson. And throws it down. Jay, that's been the story this evening.
I mean, another one? Another dunk? Another easy possession? I mean, how demoralizing can this be for the team? Why am I the only one yelling? I don't see anybody on the bench yelling. I don't see anybody on the court even angry right now.
Valanciunas with the rebound. To Kyle Anderson. Josh Jackson. Screen coming. To Kyle Anderson. 5 on the shot clock for Memphis. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Nice pass to get things going.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Wright. Shot from in close, no good. Lowry into the front court. His guys down big. Fred VanVleet cruises inside for 2.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's Grizzlies ball.
Hey, watch the screen left.
To Valanciunas. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 3, OG Anunoby. Entering the game for the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 13.
1-3.
Lowry to VanVleet. Deep 2 there, won't go. To Jackson. And a nice finish at the rim.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Lowry. Taken away by the Grizzlies. To Jaren Jackson. Jaren Jackson with the dunk.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Here comes the screen. No good, and no foul. Memphis, they've got it. To Wright. Probing the defense. Wright. Can't connect. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Their shot by Lowry misses. Right with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Jackson. Jaren Jackson. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Looking to make something happen. To Van Vliet.
1 minute left in the fourth quarter.
Knocked loose. Picked up by Memphis.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
To Jaren Jackson. For 3. And in his face, Josh Jackson can't connect. Lowry into the front court. He'll run the offense. Memphis with the run. Doesn't get the bounce. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Grizzlies get the victory as they win this one in blowout fashion. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
The EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Grizzlies got the win with a comfortable scoring margin. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Check out the leading scores for the Memphis Grizzlies. The Raptors couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game stats. Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for our post-game wrap-up. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. Thanks for joining us.